This one's a 2006 Thomas, 5 years newer than our other one. It's still the same length, it's around 36, 37 feet. Has Caterpillar engine, Allison transmission, but this one's a rear engine, so it's a lot quieter when we're driving because the engine's in the back, so we don't have as much noise up front. It's also air brakes, which is a lot nicer than our hydraulic brakes on our other bus. Just trying to check out a couple different issues that it has right now. It's got an oil leak back here where the oil cooler line comes in to the actual radiator part that cools the oil in this small thin section right here. So I'm going to try to take that apart and pull that oil cooler out, see if I can get that out by itself to try to get the right piece to replace it. The only other thing with this bus is it has a low air sensor that's bad, so I need to find out which one it is and pull that. That way I can get a replacement part to fix that. And then that's really the majority of the mechanical issues that I know about right now. Other than that, we'll just be doing an oil change, filters, just the typical maintenance stuff.
We spent the rest of that raining morning researching online and calling places to find one. Once the weather cleared back up, we headed outside to make a delicious lunch. Everything tastes better on a campfire.
When the stars glow bright, the summer's old. In the misty bright moonlight I were told. When the storm is raging in your head, when you feel there's nothing more ahead, the hills they seem all green but they hide all the monsters. And you kept holding my hand as you reach for water. The hills by the lake you were chasing your dream. And I gave you a rose that you kept unseen. Kept unseen. It was worth the fight. When the stars glow bright, the summer's old. In the misty bright moonlight I were told. When the storm is raging in your head, when you feel there's nothing more ahead, the hills they seem all green but they hide all the monsters. And you kept holding my hand as you reach for water. The hills by the lake you were chasing your dream. And I gave you a rose that you kept unseen. Kept unseen. For so
Alright guys, so we're going to catch you up what's happened in the last week or so, and we have replacement parts.
Found out where it was leaking. It was from that part right there that I just took off. It had broken off the end of the oil cooler. So as soon as I already put the new oil cooler in. So basically, the end of this has little tubes that go across into the oil cooler. The old one was right here. It's a big radiator looking type of piece. And it was really hard to find a new one. We ended up having to get one from a junkyard. So we finally found one, got it in, and now we're just starting to put it back together again. I couldn't find the parts anywhere and kept calling around. we called some of the local bus dealers, Thomas dealers, and they quoted us $3,000 for a new part, just for the oil cooler. So that wasn't going to work. So we got recommendations from people on Facebook to contact AAA bus sales, AAA bus services, bus parts. I think they have a bunch of different names, but they're in Arizona, and they were awesome. They have almost any part you could ever want, and they are selling for super reasonable prices. And then the guys that work there, they'll text you, they'll call you back constantly, so they won't stop until you get what you need.
So if you need any bus parts, they're the people to go to. And we figured while we were having that oil cooler shipped to us, we would also get these mirrors, because the mirrors on this bus, there are some parts broken, so we got some mirrors sent along with it, as well as next to Summit, some storage doors, because this storage door is rusted out, even though it still works, so we got this one from AAA Bus Parts. So it worked out really well, and altogether it was a lot less for all those different parts, and shipping it on a pallet, it was a third of the price that the Thomas dealers quoted us. And Hunter's over here representing Was a Bus Conversions, our friend Brian. If you need a bus built for you, check him out.
Good thing they designed this just big enough to fit a person, because there's no other way to do this besides squeezing up in this spot. And it was not easy to get in here. Almost got it put back together. Let's hope the last little bit goes smoothly.
Everything's put back together. We've got our replacement parts in, except for the door and the mirrors. The cosmetic stuff we're gonna do later. Hunter's putting the batteries back in, and we're gonna give her a try.
Cross your fingers.
So now let's see if she starts. Test drive it, make sure everything's going well. So far there is no leak. Hopefully that continues, knock on wood. And if our test drive goes well, then we're gonna take it to the shop and pressure wash it to get it nice and clean and looking new. I'm gonna follow Hunter in the Jeep, make sure everything goes well during this test drive. He's pulling out now. Hopefully everything goes as planned. Alright, so the test drive went awesome. And now we are going to pressure wash this baby. got her all cleaned up and she's looking way better than she did when we first got her. And that feels really, really nice to have that fixed thanks to Hunter's skills. It is very exciting to have that project taken care of and hopefully off to someone new.
Be free.